Hi everyone, welcome to our flipped classroom. Please watch this video and answer the questions. So we're going to start off with divisibility rules. If you follow these rules, you could see if these numbers go into a bigger number. So if a number is even, then 2 goes into it. And since 112 is even, 2 does go into it. If you add up your digits of your number, 1 plus 1 plus 2, we get 4. 3 does not go into that, so it is not divisible by 3. If you look at your last two numbers, which in our case is 12, if 4 goes into that number, that means that it's the whole thing is divisible by 4. So in our case, 12 can be divided by 4, so can 112. If it ends with a 5 or a 0, that means 5 goes into this number. In our case, that doesn't work. If your number is divisible by 2 and 3, it is also divisible by 6. In our case, it's not divisible by 3, so it's not divisible by 6. If you add the numbers together and 9 goes into that number, that means that it's divisible by 9. In our case, it is not, because we know that 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. And if there's a 0 at the end, it's divisible by 10. In our case, there is none. Just be careful, 7 and 8 don't have rules. However, 112 is divisible by 7. So you will just have to simply try it out and see that it is divisible. Okay, so obviously this is divisible by 7, but there is no rule for it. And it's also divisible by 8. It would be 14. So actually, 112 could be divided by 2, by 4, by 7, and by 8. So 4.1 is factors, and factors are just numbers that multiply together to get a product. So we find factors, I use the U arrow, and what happens is I just go down my 1 through 10 type thing, or 1 through 15, whatever we need to find all the factors. So 1 times 20 is 20. 2 times 10 is 20. I know that 3 can't go in. I know that 4 times 5 is 20. Well, my next one would be 5 times 4, but we don't need to repeat. So once they start to repeat, you're done. That's the good part about this. It's easy to see when you're done. And you just simply list all the factors in a line to show that we are finished. So let's try 36. 1 times 36 are 2 factors. 2 also goes in 18 times. 3 goes in 12 times. 4 goes in 9 times. And 5 doesn't go in. There's no 5 at the end, or 0. 6 times 6 is 36. And now we're starting to repeat our numbers on both sides, so we are done. So our factors are 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not have to write 6 twice. Just write it once. 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. So that is how we're going to do factors. And the last thing I want to talk about is what the difference between a prime versus composite. A prime number is a number that has exactly 2 factors, one in itself. Those are the only 2 numbers that could go into it, such as 5. Nothing else goes into 5. Nothing else goes into 13 except for 1 and 13 and 29. Composite numbers are numbers that have more than 2 factors, such as 4. Not only do 1 and 4 go in there, but so does 2. 15. Not only does 1 and 15 go in there, but so does 5. So does 3. So it has other factors. 0 is neither prime or composite. It's neutral. It's a cool number. We're going to talk about this some more tomorrow. So have a good night and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.